Hey, good night, partners and tutor. How are you, partners?
Hello, how are you, Karen? I'm good, thank you.
Hello, I'm very well, thank you.
Okay, I'm so happy to see you today. And tutor, this is our synchronic meeting talk where we are going to talk about our observation practice experiences. We divide our meeting into a step. The first step of the meeting where we are going to talk or provide a general description of the observer classes. And the second step of the meeting, where we are going to discuss the following question, the proposed question that you give to us. So we are going to start with the first step, provide a general description of the observer classes. So Evie, you can start.
Okay, thank you so much. And let me introduce myself. My name is Edwin Gomez, and I am in fourth semester approximately in our university tonight. So now we're going to tell you about my experience. Right now, I have a little experience because I had a little problem before, but it doesn't matter right now. So my practice are to virtual mediations with the students at the first semester of the degree. I had my first experience. My teacher is Maria Victoria Carvajal, and it was a great experience. And because she could show me the different pedagogical strategies. And right now I'm starting this experience. For the reason I have a little information about it. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, perfect. That's my turn. Okay. Hello, I am Karen Covidius. I am a student of the National Open and Distance University of Colombia, and I was doing practice in the institution of Liceo Campestre Montessori with the grades of from 6th grade to 11th grade. Also, in the last class, I could observe the grades of from first grade to 5th grade. And the name of the teacher is Antonio Espinosa. And that was my experience. It was a beautiful experience. And I think I learned a lot of things in that practice, but it was so late because the presentation letter came to me so late, so uh, it made the process a little bit hard because I cannot do all the hours, but that's my experience. Okay, let's see, Jenny.
Hello, teacher and classmates. My name is Jenny Marcela Perdomo Rodriguez. I'm in virtual community in relay strategy. The teachers always are different. So I don't have the name of my teacher because always that I'm in a class is maybe a professor or maybe a teacher. So I don't have a specific name. The class always are virtual, as I said before. the class are very important for me, for my construction to being a teacher of English.
Super, thank you.
Perfect. Okay, so we can start with the second step now. Yes.
Sure.
The second step of the meeting is discuss the following question that the teacher gave to us. So we are going to start with the first one. The first one says, did you perceive that the teacher planned every class, or he or she rather improvise in the session? Is that planning or improvisation successful or not? Explain why. So, Ellie, you can start. Thank you.
Sure, thank you, Karen. Yes, in my case, I have a teacher. How I said you before, Maria Victoria Carvajal. The teacher, she organized her class since the initially. She presented the agenda or the steps of how the virtual meeting was going to take place. I am making an observation with the student who began to study the first levels in English. I can observe that she plans his class before with time. Okay, in that question, that is my answer.
Okay. Now, I am going to answer me, Karen. My teacher gave me the plain paper. They did a planning resort, but I didn't see that planning. I didn't see all the steps that he mentioned in that paper. That's why I'm going to say that my impression was that the class were improvised because um, because he didn't manage a material, uh, just a link of the web or just a paper of work, and I didn't see anymore. I didn't see a slide. I didn't see a game or a didactic strategy. I didn't see nothing of that. So I think my impression was the classes were improvised, but the paper of the planning uh, were created, but the impression were other. So that's my answer for that question. Okay, so let's
Oh,
see, Jenny, you can continue. Thank you.
For me, yes, for me, the teacher always planned it because, as I said before, was relay strategic. So always you have to program your class in a hour, in a specific hour. Yes. So for me, always that was planning. I think if you will give a class, you have to plan it. Yes, you have to know how to to teach a team a specific topic. So for me, all teacher was really prepared.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's go with the second question. And the question is, what pedagogical skills do you highlight of the English teachers? So, Ellie, thank you.
oh, sure. I admired from my teacher is the previous planet. How I said before, she has organized, she has agenda, she showed us what is she going to do that sessions. And for the reason that I highlight the previous planning. And the second skill is the motivation. The motivation because she started saying, hi, good evening, student. How are you today? Right now we are going to do that. And the third one is the pedagogical materials, because she has a lot of materials, because in this case, she has to explain about a familiar treat, a tremor treat, and she shows different tools on the internet, right? World and another. And the last one is the advices on the final the activity. She always says to student, you have to improve, you have to check your feedback that I say you on the forum, please take into account. And she always is giving a business in that class. Thank you, Karen.
Okay. That's my turn. Okay, the question, what pedagogical skills do you highlight of the English teacher? He had a previous planning, but I didn't notice all of the steps that he mentioned that he will do. But I noticed some pedagogical planning methods, like the pedagogical tags, where he did a problem solving task in all of the worksheet that he created. And also I noticed opinion exchange, because he allowed to his students to talk and discuss all the topics that he was teaching to them. So that's the two pedagogical skills that I noticed. The pedagogical tags and the problem solving tags and the opinion exchange. Thank you. Okay, let's see, Jenny.
Okay, the skill, I think the organization of each of the teacher that I was in a class in, I think they were very organized with each class. I think they used to make different examples, and I think that is important because people learn more when they have examples. So I think that was a good class for the well, I'm speaking about the first class that I was. So I think the organization, I think the different strategies they use. I don't know how to say, but maybe examples with the internet and jobs and works by the internet, and they was really important, and we have to complete it that yes, that things. So by the internet, and the internet finally the internet, it say who was the best person who answered the question.
Okay, thank you, Jenny. Let's see, let's go with the tier question. and we have two questions in that one question. And what were the general attitudes of the students towards the English class, their teacher and classmate, and why do you think that happens? So you can start, Evie. Thank you. Edwin, your microphone. Your microphone. Thank
Okay, sorry. Initially in whatever classes, whatever class you are, initially everybody was observed that what happened we will have in that class. Initially, all the students were a bit quiet, but as the class passed, they began to participate. Generally, you always find 3 or 4 students, right, who likes participate a lot. But this happened because in any event at the beginning, there is not much confidence. But after that, everybody were confident, everybody start to participate in the class. And finally, everybody, I think that in that class, there were maybe 40 students, and it's a lot of students. It's too difficult to the teacher say, hey, say your name, hey, you can participate here. Yeah, maybe only 4 or 5 students only per participant, but generally good. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. That's my turn. And the general attitudes that I noticed of the students were a bad attitude and disinterest, and they look so bored because the group of students that the teacher managed were from 6th grade to 11th grade, and they are pre-teenagers that don't that didn't show any importance to the class. So also I can notice that one of the students say to me, hey, I didn't get nothing. I didn't get the topic. I didn't get I didn't get nothing of the teacher was saying all the year. She said all the year. Oh my God. All the year she was not interested of the class, and that was so impressed to me. But I noticed that attitudes bad and bored and disinterest. Okay, you can continue, Jenny.
Okay, for me, I consider that all the students were ready to attend the class. Yes, because we are university students. Yeah, that's the difference, and therefore we are mature, and we are people who know what we want. Yes, and if you are a student, if you are studying in a university, um, is because you want to be a better person, a better professional people. So I think that is the difference. All my class was in a strategically late, so we were um, students that is not the same that the students in a school. Yes, that they are uh, shy or maybe people who has a long age, so they don't have clear what they want.
Okay, perfect. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. Let's see the fourth question. Do you consider students learned thanks to the teacher's skill? Why or why not? Okay, Evin.
Yes, I do. I consider that the student learned about that class thanks to the skill to the teacher. And I consider that the proposed topic was clear because the teacher used examples so that the student could develop the proposed activity, such as developing a genealogical tree. You remember that I said before. In addition, the teacher showed them different tools who they can do that activity. Before, she showed some exercises online, the different way to recognize the family members. And now, generally, the class was clear.
Okay, that's my turn. And yes, I consider that because the teacher teach vocabulary, grammar topics, structures, and I noticed that all of these features were of a good level, like B1, and he teach all of these topics from the 6th grade, so that was amazing. I noticed a good manage with the topics of the 6th grade to the 7th grade, but we cannot change the attitude of the adolescents. But I think there were a lot of good points in the class from the teacher. Okay, Jenny. Thank you so much, Jenny.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, I think every day we learn something, and it doesn't matter if the teacher is good or bad. Yes. So I think we are eh, in the in the age that we have to 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 accept the good things and apart the bad things. So for me, every day you have to learn without uh, interest. See if the teacher is a good teacher, if had a good abilities or not.
Perfect. Okay, let's see. Let's go with the 5 question. Would you change anything in the teacher's attitude? What and why?
Okay. In this case, the teacher. So what happened? The teacher has clear what were the goals. What were the goals in that class? The teacher has clear how to receive before. She was organized all the topics. She has the different a different tool to show during the class. In this case, I consider that the teacher has a lot of experience teaching English and using this kind of tools like the virtual environment. And I consider that the teacher did good that class. Sorry.
Okay, thank you so much. And that's my turn. And I think the teacher was so funny. He had a good attitude. He was so funny all the time, And I think that's a good point for create a motivation for the students. And also I think maybe the motivation from the students, but we are talking the attitude of the teacher. So I think improve the planning method, because he had the planning method, but he didn't apply complete in the classroom, in the environment. So I think it was a good point to apply all of the things that he mentioned here. He had to apply in the classroom. Okay, so because I read that document, but I didn't notice all of that he said. So I think it's organization with the class, but the rest of the attitude of the teacher, that was amazing. Was an amazing teacher. Okay, Jenny.
Okay, I was in a different stage, in a different place than you. So I think no. I think no, because each one has different methodology to teach something to people. Yes, and uh, and we have to look for the best way to give our knowledge that we have. Yes, and as I say before, teachers that we were in a class. I say we because we were the university students. So I think it's different. It's different the place. It's different the yes. It's different. If I were in a school, maybe uh, I could say yes. I think that the teacher could be changed, maybe the methodology or something like that. But now no, because I think was a really preparate class every time.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Let's see the. Okay, let's continue with the sixth question. In the case that students are not very fluent in English, what do you think that happens? Let's see, Erin.
Okay, thank you, Karen. Karen, in my case, I am participant in where we can find the student the first semester. Our expectation in that time is that you are going to learn a lot at the university, but sometimes it's different, right? Because the university say that you have to study by yourself always, and it's mandatory to have several attitudes, several strategies to learn. You always are going to find in the environment platform different tools. If you don't study, it will be so difficult. So when you have to learn a language, it's a little difficult when you are starting with these strategies. For that reason, it's mandatory that you as a student has to study by yourself. And in the future, maybe you will find different uh, uh, mates that has a good level, some has a middle level, has a basic level. But you are increasing your level when you are starting by yourself, and you are following the different strategy that university offer you. Is my opinion in this case. Karen, thank you.
Okay, that's my turn. And I am going to mention four features or four important points to that question. So, what happens? What did happen with the students when they feel intimidated by learn English, or they feel shy to participate? Uh, we need to see all of these um, topics, like the environment, because we are located in a country that it is not the the country of the language that we are learning, and that is motivation, that also disinterest, and also I noticed that when the students were learning the English language, they create a difficult in their mind. So they always think that learn English was so hard, and they couldn't do that. So they they always think in, no, I can't do that, I can't talk, I can't pronounce well. I, uh, just bad comments, um, just bad comments about their process that they were doing. So I think that four topics, that the environment, that is motivation, that is interest, and also the environment of the English class were important for that. So uh, that's my answer of the question. Thank you. Let's see, Jenny.
Okay. In my position is different, yes, because different because I think all people who are studying in the university, studying English in the university, is because that people have traveled around the world, yes, and know the idiom. So I think they have confidence themselves. So for me, was totally different than you. Um, I think when we decide to study in the university, that career, that program, is because we have the knowledge about the idiom.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jenny. Let's see the seventh question. Which skills does the teacher encourage the most in students? Writing, speaking, listening, or reading? And the last question we are going to answer. Uh, oh, sorry, sorry.
Okay. Karen, can you hear us?
Evin, yes, you can continue.
Okay. Okay, no worry. I'm going to answer the question. Okay, no problem. So about that question, and in that class, the teacher focused on the ability to speak and speaking and listening, because at the beginning she showed some exercise where the student has to listen to some areas in English. After that, the student has to answer. How I said before, only 4 or 5 students could participate because in that class, we were approximately 40 students. I could identify those skills in that class.
Okay, thank you, Ellie. Thank you so much. That's my turn. Sorry for the for the light on the sound. Sorry. Okay. I noticed that the skill that the teacher encouraged more was the writing, because in all the process that he did in the year, he teach to their his students a lot of grammar, a lot of topics of vocabulary, and and that was an amazing process. But I noticed that he was encouraged just writing and reading, those both of these. And I didn't notice the listening skill because he was speaking in Spanish all the time. Just when he had to read the examples, is in it is the only moment when we speak in English, but the rest of the class, he used Spanish, the mother language. So I noticed that. The writing and reading were the skill that he encouraged more. Okay, let's see, Jenny.
Okay. In the relay strategic, I had the opportunity to choose the skill, yes. And for example, today I say no. Tomorrow I will be in a reading class, and for Saturday I will be in a listening class. Yes. So each teacher prepare the class about the skill that they are in that moment. So I don't have problems with that.
Okay, the last question. Why do you think he or she, oh, sorry, he or she focused mostly on that skill, or those particular skills and not in all of them, in the four macro skills: reading, listening, speaking, or writing? So, Elvin, you can.
Yes, yeah, sure. I think that the teacher focus in that skill is because the activity real was needing, right? Because she needs to that the student practice about the relationships of family members. For the reason she present that activity when she organized some listenings, and after that the student has to participate speaking. And at the beginning of the class, she says to everyone, please, everybody's going to introduce, and maybe 5 or 7 students could do it, but in generally in that class the meaning skills were reading and speaking.
Okay, thank you, Elvin. And I think he focused on writing and reading because he teach a lot of grammar, and also the students couldn't understand if if he started to speak in English, and all they all were saying what did the teacher say, so they didn't get it all of the information that he transmit to them. So I think that that was the most the most the most focus point for that. So the teacher started to use Spanish because they didn't understand. So I think that. Okay, Jenny, you can continue.
Okay. Like I said before, in my position is different because all all class has a specific skill, yeah. So you have to decide today class, and tomorrow I'll be in a class. Obviously, has listening because it's a virtual class. So you have to prepare your listening to understand that what the teacher say. Yes. So I think despite the class are different, the skill that we see most was the listening.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, partner, to being here today. And tutor, that was our meeting. I hope you understand all the things that we were saying to you. And thank you so much. I was so happy to see you today. Goodbye. Goodbye, partners.
Okay. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Jenny. It was a great experience. Thank you so much and see you.
Okay, see you.